We have got to mark exercise 16.4, so take out your books. There's number 1. Hello. 1 and 2 already. Okay. I couldn't remember if it was your class or my other class. Okay, right. So now we have number 3. Okay, so the only thing here, thank you. Point 9, please. The only thing here is I couldn't get square root of 2 or square root of 32. So then I had to take out a common factor of 2. So I'm going to have x squared minus 16. And that I can factorize to x plus 4 and x minus 4. Any questions there? Right. Now, you guys, the test on Thursday is only up until the end of exercise 16.4. Okay. So basically up until the end of where we're going to mark. Then what we do after that is not for the test. So today I'm going to carry on with new work, but tomorrow we're going to just revise. Okay, we might start with revision a little bit next period because I see you twice. Okay, right, at B. And remember, it's a tutorial, so you are allowed to have a cheat sheet with you. Okay, so over here, I first had to take out a common factor, 5. Right, 9, I'm going to stop the recording. Cool. So x plus 2y and x minus 2y. Yeah. Yeah. Remember, you're writing on chapter 6, 8, and 16. Okay, so over here, x to the power 4 minus y to the power 4. Very good example of what we had the other day. So x squared plus y squared over x squared minus y squared. And that does not stop there. The first bracket remains exactly the same because there was a plus. But this bracket can go further. It will become x plus y and x minus y. Watch out for that. Can I skip? Yeah. Shh. Oh, come on. You get a mark over here and then you get a mark over there. But some kids skip directly to the final line. So then what we do is I give them a mark here and then a mark for those two. If you stop here, you only get 1 mark. Because the second mark is actually for expanding again. Or not expanding, factorizing again, sorry. Yeah. Yeah? Sema? You stopped over here. You can go further because that I can do difference in. No, you can't eat it, Sini, sorry. This. Oh, come on. Ask again, I couldn't hear. Factorizing. Sorry, ek het nou net verkeerd gesê. Factorizing. Why are we factorizing the second bracket? Because if you look at the second bracket, I have 2 terms. There's a minus in between, and I can get square root of both those terms. So that can be difference in 2 squares again. The first bracket has got a plus. You can't. Remember the 3 requirements for difference in 2 squares. I'm going to quickly skip back. The 3 requirements are over here. Must have 2 terms. Must be a minus between them. Okay. Does it now make sense? Right, you guys done? Done. Okay, D. Here's another example here. The same thing. So initially, it would be x to the power 4 plus 1, x to the power 4 minus 1. Okay, now, that first bracket, it can't go any further, so it stays x to the power 4 plus 1. Why doesn't it go further? Because there was a plus. But the second bracket, that can be factorized again to give me two new brackets. So that would be x squared plus 1, x squared minus 1. Okay, now this first bracket stays like it was. And the second bracket also can't go further because there was a plus. But the last bracket, that can be factorized further to say x plus 1, x minus 1. Now, yes, over here I do have two terms and I have a minus, but I can't get square root of each term. So that's where we stop. Does that make sense? Any questions there? Yeah, I can get square root of them then, yes. No, over here you'd get 3 marks. Okay. Right, now A was the tricky one. 16 x, sorry guys, that's it. X minus y squared minus 1. Okay, so how many terms do I have here? 2. Is there minus in between? Can I get square root of each? Yes. So I'm going to use block brackets for now. Yes, just have a look that you also have the same brackets in the end then, opening and closing. Okay, so this first bracket will have a plus, the second bracket will have a minus. What is square root of 16x minus y squared? That would give me 4x minus y. Does everyone understand that part? What is square root of 1? 1. Okay, now I'm going to go and multiply those in. So I'm going to end with 4x minus 4y plus 1 and 4x minus 4y minus 1. Okay. Okay, so over here you had to take out a common factor of 2x. So then I'm going to have 100 minus x squared. Okay, the 2x stays in front, but that bracket can be factorized further to give me 10 plus x and 10 minus x. Yeah. A or B? Yeah. You mean over here you want to go further? There. How many terms have I got? How many should I have? Okay. Any questions? You guys good? Are you done? All right, people, how many terms do we have? 2. Is there a minus in between? Yes. Can I get square root of all of them? Yes. So I'm going to have 2 brackets, one with a plus, one with a minus. So square root of 36 x to the power 6 y to the power 2 will be 6 x to the power 3 y. And then square root of 49 z to the power 4 will be 7 z to the power of 2. You guys good? Could I go any further here? No, because how do we get square root of 6 or square root of x to the power 3? So that's not going to work, no? Okay, then last one. Okay, so I do have 2 terms, and I have a minus in between, but I couldn't get square root of 3. So that tells me that maybe go look for a common factor. I could take out a common factor of 3, which means I have left y squared, x squared minus 9. Now that bracket I can factorize further because that's 2 terms. There's a minus in between and I can get square root of each. So that will become xy plus 3 and xy minus 3. Okay, you guys good? Right. Any questions? Yeah? The rest of you can start writing it at the next part that we're doing is trinomials. That's the 3rd type of factorizing, trinomials. You'll see that on the page that I handed out as well.
I'm confused when you don't put this in, when you don't break up the bracket. How do you put this in words now? You know when you put some of them like this one, we didn't. You didn't take the.
But with the other one, I took out 2 first. And I took out
why
5
you don't
first.
in some of them.
Okay, right. So the requirement says, I'm quickly going to skip back here. The requirement says that we must have 2 terms. We have 2 terms. Must be minus between the terms. We have a minus. Must be able to get square root of each term. What is square root of 2? It must be without having a remainder. So I can't get square root of 2.
So I was like, yeah.
Okay.
So when you can't get a square root of it, then you take out. Okay.
Then you take out a common factor.
Okay, so that's when you don't. That's when you basically, let's say, break. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Good. Right. So here we go, people. Next up is trinomials. Okay, so first things first, what is a trinomial? It's got 3 terms. Okay, so must have 3 terms. So then I'm saying you will have 3 terms and always make sure in grade 9, 90% of the time I am going to arrange them in descending powers already. But it might be that we try and catch you guys somewhere in the exam and then I don't put them in the right order. So then that would be your first step to see it clearly. Okay. So remember, it's not always in terms of x, it can be in terms of y. I'm just using x as an example. So you will have, let's say, x squared, and then normal x, and then no x. No, that's just an example. Do you guys agree? Do you guys understand what I mean? So if it was shuffled around, and I'll delete it now. If it was like this, if I give it to you like that, your first step is just go and rearrange them so that it would be x squared, then just x, and then constant. Okay, right. Now, I want to first go to that slideshow, and then I'll come back here and make you guys copy stuff. Okay? Remember, the slideshow is what all of it is on that page in front of you. So whenever we write something extra, meaning if I take the co key, then yes, write that down on the page. Or if you maybe want to just jot down something that you think you will need afterwards. Okay, right.